Yo, it's your boy DZ. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button and share this video. Yeah, man. We're going to talk about a few things today. Lil Woody, Lil Durk's son, allegedly shooting his stepfather. So, Lil Durk's son is 10. And the mother and the stepfather had some type of domestic altercation. And they had it in front of little Durk's son, the 10-year-old son. But my question is, why does a 10-year-old have a gun? That's my question. Why does a 10-year-old child have that kind of access to a firearm? Now, if the mother and the father are having a physical dispute, we're not taught as kids to call 911 for the situation. The son went straight for a firearm and shot the step-pop. Now, it's a little video up of the situation, the incident. It's a little video up of the incident, and it's on Instagram. And you can see it's a physical altercation going on. You see a lot of holding. I don't see any like punching. I see holding and shoving. But you see Durk's son have access to a firearm at 10 years old. Who thinks that's not okay? All right, if people want to say he was protecting his mother, but how did a 10-year-old be so comfortable with picking up a gun? That's where I'm at with it. Why is a 10-year-old so willing to go pick the gun up and not call the police? This is starting at a young age, putting it in his head that it's okay to get the strap. And by him doing something like that at the age of 10, that's going to give him a different energy as he gets older to confront people in that manner because he already took it there as a 10-year-old child. He's going to be stating to different people throughout his life that when I was 10, I shot my step-pop. He's going to be saying, when I was 10 years old, I shot my step-pop. That right there is what is going on in the community. In the community, young kids are getting their hands on guns and doing things that they end up regretting. That energy. And you got to look at it like this too, who his father is. His father is Lil Durk. So he knows and he hears the music. He hears the music. So don't you think he's going to follow his father? And I'm sure they're very loose around the kids. The kids hear everything they say, and you got a lot of street dudes in your presence. So your kids are paying attention to the street guys. And little Durk got to understand how traumatizing this could be to his son, as in him taking it to the extent of shooting a gun at 10 years old. Kids at 10 play with water guns. They play with Nerf guns. They might even play with a BB gun at 10. But for a real gun, and then what if he killed that man? His son would be 10 years old with a homicide on his belt at 10. Now, we don't know if he's going to be charged for the situation, because he can be charged for the situation. They're going to look at, why did a 10-year-old kid have a gun? They're going to question the parents. They're going to ask the parents, how did this child get the gun? People are being questioned, and little Durk might not allow his son to talk to the detectives, but it's going to be detectives coming. You know, it's the street code. So I'm sure he's probably going to say, nah, my son is not going to be talking to anybody. But yeah, man, I'm looking at it like this right here. It's a 10-year-old kid shot his mom's boyfriend because they was having an altercation. This here is major, man. This is major, man. And, you know, parents today, they seem to be excited when their kids do things like this. But it's not teaching them how to handle different situations in the street, because you can't handle every situation with a gun. Trying to handle every situation with a gun can end up in you losing your freedom. That's what can happen. It can end up with you losing your freedom. And Durk's son was only 10 years old, man. Do you feel that he was right for that? Do you feel that that was justifiable for Durk's son to shoot the stepfather? And the stepfather got online and made a statement saying that he wasn't the aggressor. The mom was the aggressor. He could have lost his life. And he wanted to say his part of the story. And got the video out there, I guess, before they take it down. But the situation, it didn't have to go that far. It didn't have to go that far. And the son says he was protecting his mom. So I wonder if that's going to be justifiable. I wonder if it's going to be justifiable. Yeah, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about Durk's son at 10 years old in possession of a gun and shooting his stepfather, protecting his mom. Was he right? Do you just blind yourself to the fact that a 10-year-old kid had a gun? Or do you look at it like he was protecting his mom? So you put the fact in the back of your mind that he's 10 with a gun. What y'all think about that? Let me know, man. Leave a comment about that, man. Because that right there is big. At 10. You know? But yeah, we're going to go and talk about YSL Woody, man. Woody has started a YouTube page now. And the YouTube page is buzzing. He's on there with the attorney, Caleb Bumpus, a.k.a. they say Miss Rumpus. He's on there discussing some things, but you know they can't say too much because of the trial is still going on. Even though the trial is on hold, the trial is still in progress. So he was instructed not to discuss anything about the trial with anybody, as in all the jury members were too. So he's only going to say a little bit just to get people subscribing to his channel. Now, in this situation here, right, they done turned Woody all the way up. I want y'all to think about this. Woody didn't have nothing. He's telling on Young Thug and the other guys, right? The prosecution puts Woody's interrogation tape to the world. Allegedly, somebody put this tape to the world. The tape got leaked to the entire world. So they leaked Woody's tape to the entire world. Woody's on the stand. Everybody across the world is watching Woody on the stand every day. Now Woody done flipped on the prosecution and changed his story up, and he's saying Thug is a good dude. He hasn't done nothing but try to help me. That's what Woody's saying now, right? This situation then turned Woody up so heavy, everybody wants to do an interview with Woody. His Instagram followers went crazy. YouTube subscribers started buzzing already. And everybody knows how hard it is to get subscribers on YouTube. They turned Woody all the way up. This situation made it where as though Woody is going to be getting a check. And the check is going to get heavy monthly. So when you look at this situation and these people that turn into rats and then they benefit, is it a bad thing? It is. Is it a bad thing to cooperate and you turn your life up financially? Is that bad? Because that's what Woody did. He cooperated, and all his life, wherever he was doing negative, trying to survive out there in the street, robbing, shooting, this situation then turned into a positive for him, because everybody in life is out here every day working for financial gain, doing what they got to do for financial gain. And now all Woody got to do is show face on YouTube and Instagram, and people want to hear him. Because he has some people that loves him and he has some people that hate him. Civilians, they're going to love him. People that are in the streets, it's still going to be some people that mess with him in the street, but it's going to be majority of the street people trying to live by that street code and that street image, because that's what they're used to. But the civilians is looking like, hey, man, do what you got to do, Woody. And then some of the things he's saying make a little sense, but then he go back saying other things that don't make sense. So, you know, Woody is up and down with his thinking. But he's letting it be known that I got to do what I got to do for me. And he was saying, oh, I'm not going to be trying to make no money off of Instagram and YouTube. I'm not trying to benefit off of these negative situations. But when you see it, he has no choice but to benefit, because all the attention is coming to him. And he would be stupid not to try to benefit. That would be very dumb when it's sitting there in your lap and you already made the decision to cooperate. So they're going to have some people that love him, and there are going to be some people that hate him. That's his life. And you have to understand that in every gang, every clique that's running around like on some Debo, like their clique is strong, it's a confidential informant in all of them. It's a confidential informant inside of all the gangs and the clique. Somebody's telling. So people that get themselves involved in this life, You have to understand that this is a part of the game. There's never going to be where you have situations where people inside the gang's not going to tell. And matter of fact, it was one situation and it was worldwide. The bikers got locked up. It was some murders that happened. It was a big fight. Nobody told. Everybody held up. But you got to understand that these gangs that are in today's society, they don't live by the codes that the gangs went by before. People know that when you go to jail for life, you're not coming home. So why are they going to go sit in jail for life and they got you as a get out of jail free card? And most of the time you see now, nobody's getting touched. Nobody's getting touched. So you can tell on somebody and you don't really have to worry about any consequences. It's different. But first and foremost, keep yourself out of those situations. That light right there is always going to dim. No gang is going to last forever. We don't live forever. We have a short life. In some communities, the gangs are right there. So in some situations, people have to be a part of the gangs to survive because of the different neighborhoods and territories. But as you get older, you start to understand that there's no value. There's no value. It's a mind game. You got to pay attention when you see these guys, how they're talking all this street stuff, but when it goes down, somebody's telling. All the time. People want to be a part of things, but they don't see that in the future, I guess. And that's what's going to happen in the end. Somehow, some way, the gang is going to fall out, fall apart. Somebody's going to go to jail. This is the design for it. Crime will never stop, though. No matter what you try to do, crime will never stop. It's too many people in the world. It's billions of people. So crime would never stop. And you can see in some cities, at certain points, they try to minimize it when it's election time. When it's election time, yes, they want to minimize the crime. They want to be on top. They want to have more police presence. But if you pay attention to year in year, out of the most violent cities across the world, their numbers are damn near the same every year. It's like they're stabilizing the crime at that cap. We got 300 murders this year, 400, 500. Let's, try to keep the murders. Oh, well, we were down 50 murders this year. Obviously, the solution that they come up with is not a solution. It's not working. People are going to continue to do this. People are going to continue to get on the internet, talk about their crimes, post all their gang members. See, and you got to look at this too. The internet being designed helps identify a lot of things. A lot of things now are so easy to identify because they're posted online. And that situation with Woody, they were posting so much stuff and you're showing all the connections to all the people that you associate with when you want to post all the pictures of your crew. That's all you doing. You showing who's who where y'all were at, the date. So when they go back and want to find and investigate, all they got to do is go look at the timestamp of you took the picture, what you said, where you was at, and then they ping your phone towers. So it's like, it's easy now. They're making detective work easy. That job is easy now from all the technology. And Woody here is like, he's done with the streets now. He's going to church. He's done with the streets. He cooperated in this case, and he's trying to turn around some things he's said, but these things are already public information. The interrogation tape is out there, and he's trying to turn around some things. It might help Thug with this state case, but you also have to worry about Thug catching a federal case. But they turned Woody all the way up with this. Woody said he gets paid in a few days. So now they got Woody on a cycle. And somehow Woody said they took his Cash App. So I'm thinking, did the state take his Cash App for the fact that they don't want anybody trying to pay him off through the Cash App? And I guess he put his nephew's Cash App up there, and him and the Caleb Bumpus was going live, and they were just talking about a few things just to get people to see that they know each other. This attorney and Woody had a personal relationship before the trial. And Woody stated that Caleb Bumpus was the attorney that was talked about inside the jail of being able to get people a bond. So when you needed a bond, they recommended you to call her. I guess with her relationships inside the courthouse, she had a different relationship where she could get you a bond if you were eligible. Now, if you did some violating stipulations where you weren't eligible for a bond, no, she couldn't get you a bond. But she can get you a bond if you were eligible. And her and Woody had a personal relationship where he's hired her before. And he said one time she wasn't able to get him a bond and he was mad at her. And he told her, what'd he say? Go play somewhere safe. Sent the shot at her. One thing I want to say too, right? Yes, Woody's a rat. Yes, Woody told. But one thing about a rat, they are scary and they will do things out of being scared. There's rats out there, just how Nipsey Hussle got killed. You can't call a rat in his face because you don't know how he's going to react. You don't know if he has a gun. In that situation with Nipsey, he didn't know Eric Holder had a gun. He didn't know that. He thought he was going to disrespect that man. Fuck out of here, you rat. And the man wasn't going to do nothing to him. A rat will kill you. You got to be mindful. You shouldn't be in the presence. You shouldn't taunt a rat. You let the rat be on their world, you be on your world. But Woody has capitalized from this situation. This situation here then turned Woody all the way up. And now he getting to the bag. And Thug's on trial for his life. And Woody says that, man, this ain't no joke because y'all playing with people's lives. And that right there, he is real about. People don't understand that the court system is a game. You don't want to involve yourself on the side of the prosecution in that game. Woody said that they had him in a cell butt naked. They had him in a cell butt naked, saying that he said he was going to kill himself, wasn't feeding him right, wasn't letting him out the cell. They was continuing to lock him up over and over with anything. He said, man, they locked him up for shoplifting. They locked him up for shoplifting. He said, man, I would have robbed the whole store. But they locked me up for shoplifting. I ain't even steal nothing. But they wanted to keep the pressure on him to make sure that he showed up to court. And that's one thing about the material witness. They're going to be checking for you. This was a big case. So you know they had detectives following Woody, making sure they got him under surveillance because they wanted to make sure he came to testify. And I'm sure it backfired on him, being as though that he got in there testifying and he went back on what he said. He wasn't saying what he said in the interrogation room. And he also stated that he lied most of the time to the police. And the police knows that he lies. And you can look at that interview that he did with the detective, the lady detective, when she said, Woody, we have to see if what you're saying is the truth. That credibility there, when you're dealing with somebody's life, Woody shouldn't have credibility. Once you say one thing and then you say the opposite, your credibility should be done. You shouldn't be able to use any statement you made because now you got to pick which statement you want to go with. Is he telling the truth here or is he telling the truth here? That shouldn't be allowed to judge someone's life. And he stated that he continues to lie. He's a liar. They know he's a liar. But then at the same time, Woody has gave information in the past that was proven to be reliable. He's gave reliable information in the past, and that makes him past proven reliable, even though he lies sometimes. They still going to use him because some of the information that he gave was accurate. But the thing that he's doing now is going to go to the jury as if he's a liar. So the jury shouldn't hold no weight on anything that he's saying, honestly, because you don't know what's true. And now that Woody is on live and he's talking more, and you know, the jury has Instagram, the jury has Facebook, YouTube. They look at these things. You think these people don't look at these things? Everybody looks at them. So they're seeing Woody on there talking the way he's talking. That should have his credibility in the basement. His credibility should be in the basement. You can't believe everything he's saying. Thug sitting in jail fighting for his life. And Woody out here turned up now. Woody capitalized off Young Thug. Think about that. Yes, Woody ratted. He's a rat, yes. But he capitalized. This situation is going to change his life, his family life, because now he is big famous. Even if he's a rat, he has a platform whereas though he can shoot to his people. Because it's people that want to see him. It's people that follow him. So in this situation here, it turned him up. It turned him all the way up. This situation turned Woody all the way up. And he really benefit from the situation. And I'm thinking, right, in the future, they're going to make a law to stop allowing this. Because I was watching a court sentence a couple months ago, and the judge stated in his sentence that you are not allowed to get any book deals, movie deals from this case. And it was his life. But being as though that he was convicted, now the judge has the option to stipulate that he can't make no money off of his story. So they're going to come up with something by seeing these type of people capitalize and playing with the system, because that's what he's doing. If he said one thing to the detectives and now he's playing with the prosecutors another way, he's playing with the system. They're going to find a way to corner that. You know they always do. Certain things they let go for a while, but then they always find a way to corner some things, man. They find a way. They find a way. They find a way. But yeah, man, I want y'all to leave a comment. Let me know how y'all feel about the YSL case. Let me know how y'all feel about the situation, the meeting with the judge. How was it that the judge had a meeting with Woody without telling the prosecution? And now he released the transcripts. Before he didn't want to release them, but somehow now they released the transcripts. Were the transcripts redacted? The game. It's all a game, man. We living in a game. Yeah, but that's it for today. Leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It's your boy DZ, man. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Now.